the Chitimacha. I'm sorry, I had to pronounce these all wrong. Here, this is one of the biggest, here and here are the two biggest reservations that there are. This is the Navajo and Hopi are all in this area over here. We have the O'odham and the Tohono tribes here. Spokane and Yakima reservations are up in Washington, and the Sioux Indians are right here. Here we have Blackfeet, and here's Crow. So they're all over. Every tribe speaks a different language. So to us, their languages are whatever they're, like the Cherokee speak Cherokee, Navajo speak Navajo. But I have them written down what the tribes call them. So Navajo is the Dainese. Cherokee is, I have no idea. Tassology. I'm sorry if you're Native American, I'm messing this all up.
We're so offended.
We are, yeah. Wait, you're Mexican.
The Chickasaw and the Choctaw, which are down here, they speak Muskegon.
Muskegon.
Yeah, the same as Muskegon. That's Muskegon.
There's an A in there. The Chitimacha down here, they their language is extinct. They now speak mostly Cajun and French. And the last person who spoke the language died in 1940. But the young Native Americans are trying to bring the language back. That's true for most of them. Most of them, there's not as many speakers as there used to be. But the young people are trying to bring their culture back. The Lumbee, which is here in North Carolina, it consists of the Croatians, Croatoans, Pamlico, and the Carolina Algonquin. And they speak Lumbee English. It's a version of English mixed with their language, so it's a little bit of both. So if you live in the areas that have a high Native American population, you're going to have to understand that just because one Native American speaks one language, the next one's going to speak a completely different language, so you're going to have to find a translator for everyone. Some of them are similar, like in this area they all speak similar and they can kind of understand each other, but it's not the same language. Their families, they consider their relatives are their family, but their tribe is their family too. So they might say, this is my uncle, but it's really somebody else. They might not be blood related. The women in most tribes, they're supposed to do what the typical traditional woman does, the cooking, cleaning, giving birth, taking care of the children, all that stuff. But they're known as carriers of the culture. They're the ones that, pass it down to their children. And in the West and Southwest, they have a lower status than the women in these tribes over here. And the men are supposed to be the leaders. They're like the medicine men, the spiritual guides, and some of them actually go to become lawyers, and then they represent their tribes. They don't work out with the English, but they work just amongst themselves. They're on the reservations. A lot of them have third world poverty levels. So even in America, people are living very poor. They have a high infant mortality rate, probably as a result of the low economic status of them. And more Native American teenagers commit suicide than any other races.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Would you, you've promised to feed my students because you stole their desks. When you're feeding, would you find them, they're going to be in H113, and they